Now, if I got $1 for every time I started something and did not finish, I'll be a billionaire by now. And I'm not playing, I'm being dead serious, okay? And if this sounds like you, well, I'm glad you're watching this video, because in this video, I will be sharing with you guys why moving your finish line back is the worst thing you can do to yourself and how to overcome that temptation. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, I hope that you watch this video to the very end. I have started so many things in this life that when I go to my friends and I say to them, yo, I'm starting this, I'm doing this and this, and they take me seriously, I am amazed, because there is only as much as your reputation can take. And for me, I feel like I'm at that point where nobody should take me seriously when I say I'm going to do certain things, except they see me doing the thing. Now, even when they see me doing it, you need to, be skeptical, because chances are I am not going to finish. Now, this was my story a while ago until I implemented all these things that I'll be sharing with you guys in this video. Now, I believe that before any idea comes to life, it has to pass through 3 stages. And for every stage, there are specific problems associated with that stage. And in order to successfully bring an idea from your mind to life, you have to successfully pass all of these stages. Now, the first stage is the thinking stage. This is where you have an idea in your mind and you can play around with it. Everything is possible in this stage. Now, the problem with this stage is that you can get so carried away, because remember, I said everything is possible and it is very easy and so much fun. Now, this stage causes you to procrastinate. Until you're able to overcome this procrastination, you cannot go to the next stage. Now, if you have successfully done that, you go to stage 2, which is actually implementation. And you get to try something, and if it doesn't work, you try another thing, and sooner than you expect, you start to realize that, well, this thing is not as easy or as fun as I thought it was going to be. And this is where you start to get discouraged, because you start asking yourself hard questions. Are you sure I really want this? Well, maybe I don't know. This is not the right time to do this. And this is where the excuses come, and now you're discouraged. Now you don't want to continue. And this phase is where so many of us get stuck, myself included, or at least I used to get stuck in this phase. You get to convince yourself that, well, this is not worth my time. Not because the idea is not worth your time, but because you are so vulnerable, you're so emotional, like everything is not going the way you thought it was going to go, and you just give up. I have tried writing a book so many times, and I can tell you that this part is not fun. And I don't even make it easy for myself, because I want everything to be perfect at first. And then I forget that for every book that makes it to print, that book once had a first draft, a second draft, a third draft, sometimes a 50th draft, and you cannot expect it to be perfect at the first try. Stage 3 is the marketing stage. This is the stage that most people don't even make it to. This is where you get to tell many people about your product and basically push it to where it needs to go. Now, the problem with this stage is that most people don't make it to this stage, because remember, you got tired in the previous stage and you gave up. Now, what I need you to do is to go back to stage 2, pick that project back up, and give yourself a deadline to finish it. On no condition should you push that deadline backwards. This exercise is so important, because for so many people, pushing your deadline backwards when you're not able to bring yourself to finish a task is like default to you, and this cannot help you at all. Until you're able to give yourself a deadline and not succumb to the temptation of pushing it backwards, you will remain where you are. Now, let me give you an example. So you are young, you have a job that you're working, and apparently your job cannot pay for your lifestyle. You're not lying to yourself. This job is not going to sustain me. I'm even single and I'm barely making ends meet. Imagine when I get married, when I give birth, like, how am I going to do it? So in your mind that, well, I cannot continue this way because I'm just going to end up fucked up. So you're looking at yourself and you're saying, well, the best way forward is to start a business on the side. But the thing is that building a business is so hard. You thought it was going to take you 6 months, and now this is the 4th year and you don't even have the first product. Now, I think this is a major problem, and this is what I need you guys to do. Have it at the back of your mind that it doesn't matter how good an idea is in theory, until you're able to see it to fruition, until you're able to bring it to life, that is just an idea in your head. And what is even worse is that your situation, your job, it is going to get worse. You're going to start having more needs. You're going to start having other things that you need money for. For every time you move your deadline backwards, you are squandering your opportunity to actually try something and fail and get an additional source of income? Wouldn't you want to know how nice it would feel to never think about rent, to never think about, oh, how am I going to pay my bills? Because you know what, your business is up and running and you're making a lot of money from that. And even if you're not making a lot of money from that, you're making something else that your job is not giving you. It's very difficult, but with the right amount of discipline, anything is possible. So that is what I want you guys to do. Discipline yourself, teach yourself to meet up to deadlines, because I bet if it was your boss that gave you like a job to do, whatever, no matter how difficult it is, you're going to get it done, because obviously you have a boss. Now see yourself as the boss of your life. If you don't do that, you're going to get stuck. You're going to remain in this phase and things are only going to get worse. So I hope that this video makes sense to you. Please, if it does, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And what will make me the happiest is when you go back to that project that you have been trying to work on for the longest time and give it another shot. But this time, make sure that you don't push back the deadline, okay? So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah!